Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're jumping on the replay, hi, I love you. I'm so excited that you're here. And if you're jumping on live, say, hey, how's it going? I am so excited about this full moon in Virgo. And most importantly, we have this shift that's happening, that Saturn is going into Pisces tomorrow. So that's definitely very much influencing the energy of the moment. So, real quick, the moon hit its peak fullness about 3 hours ago or so. So we're very much in the thick of this full moon experience. So I would love to hear how you're feeling, how you're doing, how this Virgo moon is affecting you. So let me know in the chat. I'm just going to see here. Yeah, I made the chat subscribers only. So if you're not subscribed, subscribe and then make a comment. I would love to know how you're feeling and how you're doing. But yes, if you plan to make moon water, so basically placing jars of water out, glass jars of water out to charge in the full moon, that would be tonight. You can also charge your crystals. So the way you would charge your crystals is gather all of your crystals, put them in a bowl or in a plate. You want to clear them. So you can very much just clear them with the power of your intention. If you're attuned to Reiki, you can clear them with Reiki, or if you have any kind of like smoke clearing tools. So I have this like last old bit of Palo Santo that I sometimes use. And you could even like dry out some rosemary that I have here that I'm going to use to clear the energy. But yeah, tonight's the night to do all of that. You will clear your crystals and then see, it burns quite well. You want to make sure you've dried it though, so that you can then have it do this kind of duty. And actually, rosemary is really great because it's more of like a feminine energy. So I'm a big fan of the rosemary. It's also more ethical. It's also more easily available. So yeah. So if you're new here, by the way, hi, I'm Melissa. I'm an energy witch. I'm a master Reiki healer. I'm a transformation coach, hypnotherapist, all the things, right? And today I'll be sharing just a quick astrological rundown for this full moon in Virgo. I'll be guiding you in a ritual for healing and manifestation. And our focus really will be coming back into alignment and reconnecting with our bodies and doing some releasing work, but also thinking about tying up the loose ends in terms of how we want to close out the astrological year, because the new astrological year will be kicking off in 2 weeks with the new moon. So it'll be like new moon, new astrological year, spring, crazy magic, and I have something special coming out for you guys for that. So keep your eyes peeled. I plan to do kind of like a meditation journey to start the new astrological year, to start Aries season. And one of my favorite Aries is here. Hey, Heather. You guys, please don't be shy. Say hi as you pop in. I would love to read some lovely comments of yours. So I want to remind you for the ritual portion of this is that you can either choose to simply listen and let my words wash over you and not necessarily participate actively in the ritual, or you can participate actively in the ritual. And to do that, you're just going to need a candle, a lighter. Ideally, you have like your journal and a pen for any insights that come to you as I'm talking to you, as I toggle things through. Oh my God, hey Kayla. Long time no see. Yay, I'm so happy that you're here. Hey, Ma. So yeah, I'm so happy. All my faves are here. So we are also lazy witch friendly, like I always say. So even if you don't have your bits and bobs, that's totally fine. Or you can be as extra as you want and like bring a bunch of crystals and like set the vibe, light some incense, burn some rosemary like I was doing, right? So get what you need to get, and I'll go through the astrological stuff, right? But just reminding you that I've already commenced the energy healing. I've already set it up. So using advanced energy healing techniques, I can send healing in all directions of space and time. So you just have to set the intention to receive it, and it should already be flowing through you. It's just advanced energy healing that makes this possible. So it's really exciting and really fun. And speaking of that, this video is brought to you by Heightened Healing, which is my Reiki certification program. It's fully accredited. It's self-paced and online, so you can go through it at your own pace. And it's a Usui Reiki certification program. You can do levels 1 to 3, whichever one you want. And it comes with videos, PDFs, weekly assessments, live weekly office hours with me that you can get coaching on absolutely anything with. And of course, there's like a full attunement ceremony. You get your certificate and you get one-on-one Voxer coaching with me that you can use again for anything, not just Reiki. I teach, so it's not just like your grandma's Reiki healing certification program. You learn my trifecta healing approach, which involves, developing your spiritual gifts, reprogramming your subconscious, and building an ethical healing routine that's going to help you up level every time you come across any obstacles or you come across any blocks, which is basically a lifelong process. Sorry, spoiler alert. I also teach manifesting, somatic release, community support, all of that fun stuff. And then levels 2 and 3 also have developing your own approach, developing your spiritual gifts, building a business, and a successful healing business, which is a completely different thing, right? And yeah, there's level 1. You can start with just level 1, or you can get all 3. All the details for that are in the description. You can check it out. I think there's just the page that has like all of the levels, and then you can individually click on the levels once you're there. So you can check that out. But let's talk about astrology now, okay? So again, I'm curious to know how you're feeling with this full moon. I'm actually feeling quite energized, and I love a moon in an earth sign. So Virgo is an earth sign, and maybe I just feel comfortable at home because my husband is a Virgo moon, Virgo rising. Yes, Lord help us, and him especially. It's just a tricky position for someone's natal moon to be. That's just what I'm saying, because Virgo is very, they tend to be known as the perfectionists of the zodiac sign. So everything needs to be in its place. And when you have your moon, which is your emotional world, in Virgo, and the moon right now is also in Virgo, it's like the emotional world doesn't fit in the Excel spreadsheet, and so it's a kind of a challenging placement, right? And it could be that you're feeling that kind of tension right now, or you might be feeling really great. Like my moon is in an earth sign in Taurus as well. So for me, it just feels very homey, but it could be challenging for you. You could be tired, you could be energized, and just know that whatever you feel is totally good. It's totally okay. But I do think it is important to tap into how you feel during the different moon phases, and see how you react to the different shifts and placements astrologically, and let's just take that minute now to drop in, settle into this present moment, settle into your body, and feel it in your body. Sometimes it's useful even to just like speak it out loud and be like, body, how are you feeling? What do you need? Or even speaking directly to your heart. Heart, what do you have to say? What have I not been letting myself feel? Take some deep breaths and let whatever needs to come up, come up. Because how good does it feel when someone asks you, how are you really? And you can feel comfortable and tell them how you're really feeling. And that person can be you. And I think it is important to regularly take that time and be like, just be there for yourself, right? And be your own best friend. Isn't that so nice? So you could even be thinking about, what has been coming up over the past 2 weeks, right? What has been building up since the last new moon, right? I feel like a lot personally has been building up for me, both like in the tangible world, but also like in my own emotional inner world. And those two things are kind of manifesting at the same time and reflecting each other. So that could be what's going on for you as well, right? So like I said, Virgo is an earth sign, perfectionist, structure, routines, habits. And since it's an earth sign, it's especially concerned with, of course, connecting with nature, but also connecting with your body and renewing your commitment to your health, and connecting to the medicine of the earth. Like that's the vibe. Okay. And something that could be fun to do today or even tomorrow as we're in this full moon phase is to cleanse your spaces and clear out the energy. Like, I don't know about you guys, where you are in the world, but here the weather is already starting to get a little bit warmer. Like I went on a walk today and I was sweating like hardcore. The sun was shining on me and I was like, love that for me. So it's like we're already starting to get the spring cleaning vibe, and it is going to be the spring equinox in 2 weeks already. And there's going to be the new moon, like I said. And I feel like big releases, we have the opportunities for big releases as this full moon then wanes, and long cycles are coming to an end. So again, we have Saturn tomorrow going into Pisces, and Saturn is a slow moving planet. It stays in a sign for about 3 years, right? It'll go retrograde and it'll go back to the sign that it was before, but it stays there for 3 years, right? And Saturn has not been in Pisces for 30 years, right? And that is a long time. And sometimes it can feel like like a 30-year cycle is ending. And that's how it's been feeling for me the past few weeks. A lot of, significant events in my life are just being pushed to the foreground of my mind to just be processed with my level of awareness that I'm at now. So that could be what's happening for you. And know that this is the perfect time to sort of revisit all those things and come to new conclusions about the things that happened to you and be grateful for yourself and just become aware of how much you've changed, how much you've transformed, how much you've healed and grown, and how much you've accomplished, right? So as always with full moons, of course, the question of balance between two extremes is also at play, right? So we have the sun is in Pisces and the moon is in Virgo. Okay, so Pisces is like very dreamy, very intuitive. It's a water sign. It's like very soft vibes, right? Whereas Virgo, like I said, is very much like if a sign could be an Excel spreadsheet, Virgo would be it. It's very like of the mundane, it's structure, it's getting things done. And so, we have this the methodical, tangible, focused on the material side of ourselves, also coming, into contrast with our dreamy, more intuitive, more focused on the spiritual, tend to want to escape reality vibe, right? So I feel like we have this opportunity again to strike the right balance and just notice where on that spectrum we're hanging out mostly. So it could be that you are really focused on the material, getting things done, hustling, building a certain level of success, that kind of thing, and focused on the material world, or you're just, a string in the wind and you're very much connected to your emotions, to your spiritual side, but you're having a hard time grounding. You could be right in the middle, but I feel like it is important to kind of gauge where we're at on the spectrum so that we can make some adjustments to be more balanced and to make sure we're not dropping the ball on anything either, right? Or we're not pushing ourselves too hard. Okay, so routines are also a big theme here. Okay, so again, this is very much a Virgo theme of, our daily routines and making sure that we're doing things that make us consistently feel good and that we're not just on autopilot, right? Of just like letting our days kind of like push us around, right? And just being not very, but being more deliberate about how we spend our time and how we spend our energy. Your energy is so precious, it's so precious. And yes, it may be a renewable resource, but you want to be smart about the way you spread out your energy, right? And sometimes, again, we can be too rigid and be like, I want to make sure I get all these routines done a day. I need to get my hot girl walk. I need to do this, that, and the other, my workout, my yoga, my this, my that, my meditation, my journaling, da, 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 da. And I love that for you. But a tip that I recently shared with someone that I love is that we need to kind of zero it down. Obviously, there are going to be some days where you can do all of your things that make you feel good, and that's amazing. But I feel like we can sometimes get into a pattern where we're really hard on ourselves and we can be more Virgo-ish about that kind of stuff. And the key here is really to think about like, what are your priorities? What's your vision? And even just like on a short-term level, like let's say you want to develop your psychic abilities a little bit more. So maybe you'll spend a little bit more time in meditation, or you're going to be journaling on your dreams and your thoughts and the insights that you get, right? So on your, maybe your daily non-negotiables, you'll have, meditation and journaling. You want to make sure to get like a few minutes of that every day, for example. Or if you're focusing, on a very Virgo theme of improving your health and your wellness and your fitness, well, then maybe you'll want to have, more fitness related slash nutrition goals on there, right? So you want to be, again, deliberate about how you spend your energy. You don't want to burn yourself out trying to be this like perfect version of yourself. Like that doesn't, first of all, it's not sustainable. And second of all, we are not perfect. And obviously we want to feel as good as we want to feel, as good as we can feel. And I feel like that feeling actually comes from just doing the things that we set out to do in a very deliberate way, right? So we need to have that intention setting, priority focused approach so that we can kind of like, go with the flow a little bit more and be a little bit more spontaneous and have just a little bit more fun and tap more into that like Pisces vibe of being a fish floating, going with the flow, So I'm just looking at my notes here. Got through all of that. I'm doing good with timing. So this is interesting, right? So these are just some questions that I'm throwing out there that you can maybe journal on. So are your routines supporting you and your dreams and your goals, right? So if you really think about like, what am I doing on a daily basis and how can I maybe tweak that so that I may be spending the exact same amount of time on my morning routine, but I'm being more deliberate about it. Maybe you put on a podcast while you're brushing your teeth and you're getting ready and you're getting breakfast ready or whatever it is, right? So that's already there, something easy that you can implement that doesn't actually take time away, but you're doing something productive, or maybe instead of like driving somewhere, you walk somewhere, little tweaks that make the big difference. Okay. So are your routines supporting you in your dreams? What are some small tweaks that you can make thinking about your vision, thinking about what you want for yourself, even on a short-term basis or on a long-term basis, and making sure that you're taking those consistent steps every day? Smart goals 101, right? And then have you been putting in the correct energy, the correct work into the things that you want? And even more importantly, are you providing the right energetic and mental and emotional environment for yourself? So are you being too hard on yourself, or are you, tearing yourself down when you don't do the things that you set out to do? And are you taking care of your vessel, right? So this is very much a Virgo theme, right? Of taking care of your body and connecting with the earth and, keeping things 100% natural. And I don't know why, but I'm getting this like, this prompt to tell you guys about, using like eco-friendly products and slowly making those swaps with like your cleaning products and your laundry detergents and especially your body care products and stuff like that to you don't have to like throw everything that you have out and buy something new. You don't have to be perfect about it, but this is something quote unquote easy that you can do when when you have it on your list to buy something new, to just like do a little research and try to buy at least better product than you had bought, right? Obviously budget permitting. So yeah, that's that. Then there's very much this sense of completion leading to release. Okay. Especially because we have that Saturn shift happening tomorrow. So now we're like at the culmination of the full moon, and then we're going to be going into the waning moon. And I feel this can be like a really big release period. And it's the last release period before the new astrological year. So really think about what you want to leave behind in this 2022-2023 astrological year, and what you want to bring with you in the new year. So it could be a really good time to reflect on your accomplishments, the lessons that you've learned, integrating those lessons, endings leading to new beginnings. Like, what's going on with you? What have you learned? And what are some patterns, some beliefs, some fears that you want to leave behind in this astrological year so you can start fresh and with more confidence in the new year? Okay. So Again, we also have, like I said, Saturn entering Pisces, where it's going to stay until 2026. Like I said, it stays about 3 years in each sign. And Saturn is the planet of like structure, of responsibilities. And it's going into a dreamy sign of Pisces, right? Which is kind of a tough placement for it. Just like I was saying, as Virgo, like the moon being in Virgo is a tough placement for it. They're tough because it's like they're total opposite. They're in their total opposite sign, right? But I feel like it will bring us that some sweet release, right? So imagine like the drill master of your life is going to like on a spiritual retreat for 3 years. That's kind of the vibe that I'm getting, right? So I feel like it'll bring kind of like a soothing energy, and it'll infuse a little bit more intuition into our responsibility and stuff like that, right? And I do really think it's a time to dream big and plan big, right? We're wrapping up the astrological year. We have 2 weeks right now to release, to plan, and to dream, right? To dream bigger than we've allowed ourselves to in the past, possibly, and plan those big dreams, right? Because we have Virgo, we have Pisces. Pisces is dream big, Virgo is like plan and structure. So let's make the most of it. Let's use this moon to build that momentum. Okay. So we'll head right in to the ritual. So first and foremost, grab that dominant index finger and we'll draw a few clockwise circles all around. We're drawing that circle so that we are protected in all directions of space and time, allowing in only what's for our highest good to enter. And I'm also going to bring down a black mirrored pyramid with 4 protection roses, just to bring in some extra protection for us. And then we will light the candle to symbolize the beginning of the ritual. That's a good little flame. So place your candle far enough away from you that you won't accidentally blow it out while we're breathing deeply. So we'll begin just with like a very powerful Piscean cleanse. So just begin breathing. You put your hands on your heart, you put them down. We're just going to enter this peaceful, relaxing state. Exhaling fully. And then inhaling slowly through the nose. And slowly releasing out through the mouth. So just breathing in a slow pattern in through the nose. And out through the mouth. With every exhale, releasing all that no longer serves you, any built up tension. So we're going to open ourselves to a Reiki energy healing waterfall that opens up above our heads, comes down over us and through us. So the deeper you breathe, the more it can penetrate your being and begin its cleansing and healing work. Breathing and releasing. We'll also call down this powerful full moon in Virgo energy, this very feminine, very powerful healing energy from the moon, bringing us into greater alignment with who we truly are. So feel these channels of energy coursing through you, reprogramming you, releasing any stored baggage, any stale energy, any energy of others that we've absorbed. So just breathe and know that the deeper you breathe, the more you permit this energy to do its clearing and healing work. We will now do a mega grounding visualization because if we want to dream big, we must ground big. Okay, so we'll visualize ourselves now at the clearing of a forest, a beautiful, lush forest. And you'll notice that from the corner of your eye, there's this massive, ancient olive tree. So when you're ready, you can begin to walk over to it. You can feel the vibrations as you approach this tree, that there's like an intersection of ley lines here. There's this like ancient energy aura around this tree. So once you get there, just marvel at the sheer size and beauty of this tree, the sunlight dancing on the leaves, noticing that even though this tree is ancient, it still produces beautiful olives. And then you can find a space where you can sit at the base of this tree with your spine against its trunk. And already feeling this like very healing, very grounding Mother Earth energy. You're getting yourself acquainted with this tree's energy. And you feel your root chakra activated. And roots sprout out of this root chakra and then mingle and intertwine and become one with the infinite root system of this ancient tree, grounding you profoundly and powerfully into the earth, and just letting yourself relax against the beautiful trunk of this ancient tree. Taking some deep breaths here as you feel the full moon above, beaming its energy on you. Feel it just all penetrating your being and illuminating your mind. This bright white light is illuminating your mind and giving you the opportunity to connect with your vision for yourself, your wildest dreams. Visualize your life, as it were, in your wildest dreams. Dream big. Allow your mind to just run free beyond anything you've ever imagined for yourself. If you knew you could not fail, if you knew you'd be divinely supported at every step of the way, what would you do? What would you go for? What would you be? So take the time now to thoroughly visualize this vision. I'll give you a few moments to just visualize all of the details and really connect with the emotions of this vision, because that truly is the key. So breathe and visualize your ideal unfolding. You can put a hand on your heart and let your mind explore this vision. Really identify and feel those emotions of your manifestations coming through. The peace, the satisfaction, the excitement, the relief. Let it all bubble up. Bask in appreciation and gratitude, because these manifestations are here for you now. We'll now ask for guidance on our next steps. So, asking our guides, our angels, our spirit team, what improvements can we bring to our routine so we can best align with this ideal unfolding, with our wildest dreams? What action can we take? What do we need to know? So just don't overthink it. Don't question it. Let the guidance come through without doubting it, without analyzing it. What do we need to know? So once that feels complete and you've received your guidance, and just trust that your guidance will come through, will continue to come through during this full moon phase and quite possibly tomorrow as well, with Saturn going into Pisces. But see yourself now in this moonlit meadow. So you've gotten up from your tree and you've walked back to the forest clearing, and it's nighttime. This meadow is just like vibrating with this Virgo full moon energy. And this meadow is just full of medicinal herbs and wildflowers. And just know that it is time to connect with one or more healing herbs. So you may want chamomile to soothe your inner child and heal your self-confidence. You may want stinging nettle for deep nourishment and energy boosting and healing. Or you may want to pick some St. John's wort for mood boosting, for balancing, as well as, managing any pain or inflammation you might have. Or you might want to grab some ginkgo biloba for supporting a strong mindset and improving your focus. So you're welcome to take samples of all of these as well. Just make a little healing bouquet. Just connecting to the energy of these herbs and feeling yourself pick the right ones under this moonlight, knowing that the healing energy of these herbs will work their magic as we infuse them here together. So while you're still in this moonlit meadow, you can build a fire. It's very easy. You're a witch. You can just snap your fingers and you build a fire and you set your cauldron up over the fire. So visualize this, raging fire with a cauldron over it. And you pour in some fresh moon water into your cauldron. And then you can place your chosen herbs into the water. See them dancing around on the surface of the water, and the water will begin to bubble. And then you can grab a nice big wooden spoon and you'll stir your potion first counterclockwise, setting your intentions for all that you wish to release. So take a moment as you're stirring counterclockwise to think about what you are looking to release and let go of, what you don't want to bring forward into your new vision, into the new astrological year. So maybe you've become aware of some limiting beliefs or some fears or some stress and anxiety, or just some patterns of thought, patterns of behavior that you know are holding you back. It could even be that you're ready to let go of certain situations and dynamics and even relationships. So just take mental note of these things as you're stirring counterclockwise. And then we'll begin stirring clockwise. So visualize now all that you are calling into your life. So reconnect to those wildest dreams and everything that you want to manifest and what you're calling into your life, and stir clockwise. These can be small things, these can be the big things, like abundance and love and prosperity and success and peace and health. So stir clockwise and call in your manifestations. Know that as you're stirring, you're infusing this powerful energy of the full moon, of this, all of the healing elements, and the strength and the power of your will and your intention. All of that goes into your magical herbal infusion. I will now charge your potion up with some Reiki energy healing just to boost your manifestations and help continue your healing process. And trust that it is done. Just breathing and stirring. And once that feels complete, you can ladle some of your potion into a chalice or into a mug, whatever feels best for you. I'm imagining like a golden bejeweled chalice, but you can choose whatever you want, whatever receptacle you want. And you can ladle some of your potion into this receptacle, into this glass. Could be like a crystal champagne flute, whatever you want. And once you've ladled it in, you can start taking some sips and feeling the magic of this potion spreading throughout your body and energetic field with each sip. Feel yourself being fully transformed and aligned with your heart's desires. So, drinking this potion, just healing, transforming, aligning. Imagine these like swirls of golden energy all around you as you transform. And you're in this channel of beautiful full moon energy and Reiki energy. Powerful transformation is taking place, and your manifestations are being sent out like rockets into the universe, but also grounded into the earth. So take a few last cleansing breaths here. We'll give thanks to our guides, to our angels, to ourselves, to the moon, to the earth, to our olive tree. Few cleansing breaths here to integrate all of the shifts that have taken place. And then you can say it with me. And so it is. Yes. So I really, truly hope that you enjoyed this. It would be really smart, witch, to integrate the shifts that we've undergone in your physical body. So you can go for a little walk out in nature would be, or you can just do some gentle stretching, even just like some self massage, something to physically integrate the shifts that we've made on like a spiritual and energetic level. But yeah, you can journal it out, because it is definitely a time that is conducive to reflecting, and where a lot of things are being illuminated. We're becoming aware of how we can bring more balance into our lives. So maybe some of the things that came up as I was sharing the astrological insights, you might want to expand on. You might want to pull yourself some cards. All of this would be great. But if you do feel complete, and this ritual is complete even without all of those things, just pinch the wick of your candle, Or if you're scared to do that, snuff it out in some kind of way, but don't blow it out. And I would love to hear your insights, how you're feeling in the comments. So please drop a comment on how you're feeling, how you felt during the ritual. I love to read them. And if you aren't already, please subscribe. I would love to have you as a subscriber. And remember to check the description for all the details on how to work with me one on one, or how to become a Reiki practitioner, reprogram your subconscious, heal yourself, manifest these big desires, these wildest dreams. And I will see you in the next one. Happy full moon, loves. Bye.